what's up, guys? Conquest MMA back with a recap of this fucking fight night. I don't know. I never. I was screaming during this fight night. I don't know why. This fight night is nothing. You know, none of these fights really do matter. I think there were how many robberies were there? Okay, only one. Oh yeah, let's get to it. Josh Emmett versus Lerone Murphy. Total nothing fight. Listen, I picked Josh Emmett. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. This is my cope, my excuse. I picked him because it's easier to make a short about Josh Emmett than Lerone Murphy. What am I gonna do? Put fucking many men over Lerone Murphy, 50 Cent? Like Lerone Murphy is, he's kind of entertaining, but nothing. There's nothing there, man. He's a point fighter. I mean, the thing to do with Josh Emmett is run away, but I don't know. I still don't think this 40-year-old prospect is making a title run anytime soon. Maybe he'll be the next Edson Barbosa or something along those lines. Um, Lopez murders this guy. Volk, even in his weakened state, he's not weakened. Even when he's like past his prime, still whoops Lerone Murphy. The only moment Lerone Murphy had is when he's like running away from Emmett in the fifth round, where he rocked him. That was cool. Um, I picked Emmett because I don't know. I think he could land something. A Hail Mary. He landed like maybe two good shots total. I don't know. This was such a nothing fight that I forgot about it immediately. Immediately. I didn't want to hear the post fight press conference. I don't really care. Josh Emmett. I mean, I knew he sucked, but I le- I at least expect that he'd have some setups for his one tool in the toolbox. His overhand right, and sometimes his lead hook. That's neither here nor there. Uh, good job, I guess. It uh, it was close until Murphy rocked him. Past Sabatini. MMA math that works. Past Sabatini gets knocked out by Lopez. Brito beats Lopez, and Sabatini balls Brito. You know, perfect balance. Past Sabatini made Brito look like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? This made me question how much the commentators really know about scoring or any of that. Now, Sabatini won 100%. He won round two and three with his work on on top. I thought Brito won round one with his submission attempts. His submission attempt lasted like maybe a minute 30, and nothing really happened in the first round. But I guess I don't know. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't know if Breeder won round one, but it wasn't a 10-8. I heard Michael Bisping say it was a 10-8, but nah, no fucking way. What the fuck? Are they not accounting? They didn't count the submission attempt. They did, but they're not. What submission attempt is 17 attempt? Am I fucking forgetting? The first round was closer because of the submission attempt, but two and three were not. Were not at all. They fucking counted Von Fluke, the Von Fluke choke in the third. Yeah, Brito looked like I don't know, maybe Brito isn't as good as we thought. His only claim to fame was beating Lopez on the Contender Series. Uh, Maybe he's like the Michael Johnson of featherweight. Cortavius, oh yeah, I got this wrong. Wrong. This one wrong. This one wrong. Only got these two right. Cortavius, Romious. I really like this fight. Uh, Chang Ho Lee. We need more grapplers like him in the sport. Guys who are just extremely active, just ground and pounding. Dominant. Yeah, he I like how he fucking disowned Habib and went from Rob instead. That's fucking hilarious. An actual goat of his division. Very good. Fuck. I remember like when he was beating up Romious, I remember watching his fights and I thought, damn, why the fuck didn't I pick that guy? I literally watched him beat the fuck out of some I think it was a Chinese guy. Or was it another Korean? I forgot. I'm pretty sure it was a Chinese guy. Great fight. Brad Tavares is GM3. Listen, these guys are both the same age, but fuck, dude. Nah, I'm just kidding. Um, Let me say this real quick. How overrated is RDR, right? This made me realize I'm gonna snap out of delusion. I still think he beats Bo Nickel. I still think he has the experience. He's much more dangerous on the feet than Bo Nickel. More better grappler. Maybe. Maybe. At the moment, Bo Nickel's wins are aging better. RDR's wins in the UFC, not really. Kevin Holland is a fucking welterweight. The way to beat him at middleweight is to take him down and either smudge him, submit him, you know, either of the two. I don't know why people were so surprised. Like when they found, like they thought, like RDR striking is bad, but like Kevin Holland doesn't cut weight. Like I mean, he doesn't bulk up. He legitimately doesn't bulk up to 185 when he wants to fight, and that's why he loses to most. He will he just does it for a paycheck because he's a jobber. He does the job when they ask him to do so. Brad Tavares looked very great. Excellent takedown defense. Shucked off GM3 and outdamaged him. I remember something very vividly in the fight. He landed a fucking hard shot to the chest. Like Hajime no Ippo, like the heart stopping punch. That's what it reminded me of. The total strikes don't really do it justice. Tavares landed fucking harder, unless it was more closer than I remember. But no, I remember uh, the scoring in this fucking. I remember they gave him a 29-28 for Tavares. It was a 30-27 for Tavares. Cage control don't mean shit. Cage control is like the least. It should be at the bottom. No, it should be like second bottom, and like the very bottom is like octagon, whatever the fuck. It's either when you're walking someone down or body language, whatever the fuck it was. Like it was 30-27. These fucking judges don't know the rules of MMA. Adi Osborne, Adi Osborne loses Louis Gurule. I'm so glad that what was this? My underdog pick. My underdog pick, and fucking Odi Osborne. I'm not gonna fucking pick this guy who looks like ethically ambiguous. Fuck nah. He looks like Charles Johnson if Charles Johnson got rid of that thing creeping on the back of his head. If he was racially ambiguous, but that don't matter. Knocked him out. Oh, I'm a sucker for southpaw straights. That was a beautiful left hand. Yeah, nothing much to say. He did kind of get controlled in the first. You saw the commentators blabber on about that. I really need to watch this fucking. I wish they had no commentary option. Torrance Finley. Well, this is the Mario Batista of middleweight. This is a genuine terrorist of the sport. I think at least in when Mario Batista fought Jose Aldo, he at least attempted to throw a few strikes in the clinch. Maybe. Torrance Finley is a genuine terrorist of the sport. People only like him because he's built like a fucking Ninja Turtle. And this was a robbery. A fucking robbery. Torrance Finley had no ground and pound, had no submission attempts, nothing. He had 5 takedowns, and in like 4 of them, Robert Valentin immediately jumped up against the cage. It landed more significant strikes. Look at the significant strikes. He had cage control. The only thing he had was cage control. Is smothering your opponent against the cage close to finishing the fight? That's what fights are primarily just judged off of. How close they are to finishing the fight. Valentin was closer to finishing the fight with his elbows against the cage when Torrance Finley was sniffing his crotch. Jesus. In the second, okay, Finley won the second because he got one more significant strike. I'll give him that. Sure, whatever. In the third, look at this. Look at this. Who was bleeding at the end of the third round when they got up? Torrance Finley. Jesus, you're gonna get fouled out. 26 years of age. How many times this fucking Dana White Contender Series veteran? Jeez, the PFL has gotten an undefeated middleweight prospect. Dana White is gonna boot him. He's going to send if he keeps getting robberies like this, he's going to send middleweight back into the dark ages when it was like Izzy's reign. Back when middleweight was genuinely awful. Like the middleweight renaissance. Like this guy would be would be a problem like maybe 5 years ago. God, dude, I want to see Kopylov head kick Finley. And all these guys rage baiting on Instagram, fucking saying, give Finley his title shot now. No more hiding, Drickus. Drickus would caveman blitz Finley. My God. He didn't even win. He didn't even fucking win, dude. Listen, the writing was on the wall. I should have watched the Contender Series fights. But I don't watch Contender Series. I don't care. I don't care. This was the only entertaining women's fight, and I remember nothing about it. Bryce McKee, this was arguably round of the year contender. Too bad that Frenza had the doctor stoppage happen because the cut on his lip, like the cut on that what happened to Robbie Lawler and Overeem. Really good fight. This is one of the rounds of the year. McKee finally got a win after what 5 fights. Oh, this one I didn't watch it. I was doing something else. Victor Henry, Pedro Falco. Very very good. Very solid fight. Uh, looked pretty good in the boxing. He kind of slowed down in the second, but in the third, Falco was eating too many straights. Just eating too many straights. He was starting to fade. He had a more dominant second round. But in the third, he just ate too much shit. He just ate too much strikes. Nothing much to say about this fight. I think Victor Henry bounced off like a one-fight losing streak. Martin Budaivas is... You gotta be kidding me. We need to abolish heavyweight. Abolish heavyweight. How are we calling heavyweights the baddest men on the earth? We're calling the heavyweight champ that when this blob is one of his contenders. How? How are we doing this? Like, it's legitimately alarming. Why is he employed? Like, every time Martin Budai moved around, his belly was fucking flopping to the floor and bouncing back to his titties. This made me lose respect for the heavyweight division. I think isn't Martin Budai like almost ranked 15, or he was ranked 15, wasn't he? Jesus, I can't believe this guy has a win over a former champion. It's fucking pathetic. And he got rocked. Uran Salty Bal. Why the fuck you say this guy's name? He's a middleweight. He may be 6'4", weighing at like 222 the day of the fight, but he's a middleweight. He has the middleweight frame. Martin Budai got rocked by a middleweight while being 280 pounds. That's embarrassing. Heavyweight is such a joke. There's only like 32 heavyweights or something, and Martin Budai is one of them. They cut Rosenstruck, and like they see no problem with Budai. Budai's a fucking blob. He had to resort to clinch, blobbing his way into the clinch against the cage. Why don't we cut this guy? My God. Pathetic. This is fucking pathetic. And what was this? I don't fucking care about this shit. Um, yeah, that's it for this video. Yeah, yeah, see, you know, there's one good thing to say about this card, that it's finally over and we can finally go to one of the pay-per-views of the year, is what I'm predicting, is when Volk is gonna get his fucking title back from the winging hook merchant Diego Lopez. Anyway, until then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.